Love is Blind ended. How about this, everybody? The big reunion took place this past week. And according to TMZ, the Love is Blind reunion left viewers scratching their heads as they were left with more questions than answers regarding the status of the season 6 stars, especially since a lot has unfolded since cameras stopped rolling, including the reunion itself. Ryan,
Yeah.
you are the Love is Blind fan. Cara, have you watched Love is
Oh
Blind?
yeah, I've seen every season from every country.
Matt,
Oh,
you are
here we
alone in
go.
this. I
Here
can't
we
I
go.
can't I can't stress that enough.
My boyfriend loves it too. It's just a shit show. It's trash TV that is just so much fun to watch.
I'm more of a Love on the Spectrum kind of guy, but I definitely
Yeah,
respect
yeah. That one's not really trash TV. That's just
it.
cute.
Jefferson, you watch Love is Blind?
No, hell no. I even know. I have
Eh,
never heard of that in my life, bro.
It's
oh
on
man,
Netflix.
maybe you should
What is
go
it
on it.
about?
Okay, for a quick recap for Jefferson, anyone who isn't sure, Love is Blind is a dating show where a group of guys and girls go into this structure they call the pods, and they go on dates, but they can't see each other. So they go on these dates. They date multiple people. They date around, talk to one another, and then if you feel that you've fallen in love with someone, you can propose to them without seeing who they are, without seeing what they look like. Then they say yes or no, and if they say yes, then you're engaged, and you go on a usually you get whisked away to a tropical island for a little vacation, and then 4 weeks from that point, you're planning your wedding. And so people can, break up at any time before then, but ultimately you go down the aisle and the officiant who's performing your marriage asks you to prove that love is blind and say I do. And some people do, and they get married having not seen each other when they got engaged. And some people, most people don't. And so that's the premise of the show.
And I don't know if their casting crew is doing it on purpose or not, but they really like they're casting people that are already have girlfriends. They're casting people who are engaged during filming. They're casting people who know each other IRL and were dating IRL.
Yeah. This
So is
season was
this
the
what's
worst.
leading to? Okay, so Ryan, can you say it one more time?
This season was the worst. And that's hard to
So
do. There's some bad ones.
so
I think the last one was like just slightly worse than this one.
so
Reasonable
be,
people can disagree.
Yeah.
because this was such a bad season, it led to such a bad reunion. Why are so many people upset about the reunion?
Oh, why aren't they?
They
Go, Car, go
Oh no, I
ahead.
was just gonna say they never ask the questions people really want them to ask. Like every single reunion, they don't ask the biggest things that people want to know.
Well, that's a universal problem. They do that every year, but this year in
Yeah.
particular, we had a couple of things. So we've talked on this show about Chelsea, who
Mhm.
decidedly looks like Megan Fox. We've all agreed, except for Matt. But
That's right.
Chelsea was in the pods, was looking at two guys, Jimmy and Trevor. That was a big love triangle. She went with Jimmy. Didn't work out. They didn't end up getting married. However, we found out now that while Trevor was in the pods, he was texting his girlfriend. He had a girlfriend that he was dating. And even there's text message, they have text message proof of him saying, I had to say all these things, for the show. I don't mean any of them. And she almost agreed to marry this dude. He was clearly there to try and get famous. He was clearly there to try and become a reality TV star so he could do the reality TV circuit. And Nick Lachey, to his credit, and Vanessa Lachey called him out, called him out for that. And they basically bullied him off the stage, which was kind of nice. I really appreciated that. But there was a lot of drama this season, and they gave everybody like 2 minutes to talk about it, and then they never followed up. We never and part of the problem was this season only had one couple get married, and we didn't talk about them very much either, even though they're the only successful couple. We spent a lot of time talking about the couple who said no at the altar, which was interesting, but I don't know. A lot of people really didn't like the Trevor deal. A lot of people really didn't like how folks were, getting engaged and dating one another outside. Like I said, Jeremy and Sarah were
Yeah.
both ended up together. Then that Jeremy was apparently engaged right before the show, though he claims he told everybody, and both of his girlfriends, or I guess fiancés, I don't even know. Everyone has said that he was truthful about that, but still, how did he get on the show? Um, this was just a lot of people looking to be famous, and that defeats the whole purpose of the show.
Yeah, and Sarah Ann was getting absolutely just shit on TikTok because before the last episodes aired, she said, "You guys will all flip and be on my side when you see my perspective." And then the episodes came out with like her and Jeremy sitting on the docks, like deciding to be together or whatever, and everyone just hated her even more.
Yeah, get this, Matt. One of the guys on the show gets broken up with at a big party for all of the people in the cast, right? And then he gets on what's it called? On jet skis with the girl that he was talking to after agreeing to marry a different girl, and they ride off into the sunset together. So he literally got dumped, looked at his fiance, said goodbye, and then went with another girl within minutes.
And I like how his fiance told him, ex-fiance said, "Go kick rocks with open-toed shoes."
Yeah, that was her line to him. But yeah, this season had a bunch of people looking for attention, and it shows because I think there was only 2 couples that even really tried, and only one of them got married. So, you know,
Yeah. It was weird seeing like the conversation between Clay's mom and dad and
I
just
love
seeing it was like because Clay is exactly like his father. The excuses he's already making before he cheats is
Yep.
exactly the same stuff his dad says. It was really weird to see like how much he's like his dad.
Yeah, and his mom called that out and said, "This is a lot your fault." And
Yeah.
I really like that. And she said that I forgave you, but that doesn't change what happened. That doesn't change the hurt that it caused. Like, no, that was my favorite scene in the entire thing. I think is the
Oh,
most
I
I got from
agree.
the entire show was not contestants or whatever, but 2 people who are not participating at a conversation that they filmed, and that was the most entertaining thing on the show. But
Yeah.
and that sums up why people were mad about the reunion. There was not a lot going on this season, and they didn't get a lot of good questions. And most of these people just wanted to be on camera.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest way to solve it is just they have to step up their casting game. Like the castings for the last few seasons have just been awful.
DC's coming up. I don't know if it's next season or the season after, but they have a DC based season, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh man, Ryan, you might be on camera.
I mean, who knows? They've already cast it, so no. But
They don't go out in the wild or anything.
oh yeah, they'll go to bars or whatever. So yes, I could see someone out in the bar.
Well, I'm so glad the show brings so many people together, and hopefully it's more authentic the next season. That's what I get, and stop with the fake people, right, Jefferson?
Yeah. Fuck the fake people. Really fuck the fake people. Nah, that's a valid show though. I'll go on it.
Yeah.
Like that.
You want to get married
That's
though? If you win, you get married.
That's what I'm saying. And vacation. And then you can break up with them if you want.
Well,
Seems
that's
like a
unfortunate.
perfect
Yeah,
person.
that's how a
Get
bunch
in
of
there.
people looked at it. Was free vacation, and then you get to break up with them. So you would not be alone. That I can assure you.
Much
That's
more.
valid. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man.